So Zoho, like I said, is one of the leading SaaS firms in the world. And we build cloud business software for categories such as sales and marketing, accounting, finance, HR, communication, collaboration. So essentially, you can run your entire business with Zoho. We've been in the business for the last 25 years, and we've built about 45 different apps, and we have about close to 60 million users around the world as of today. And Zoho wasn't built in a day. We started very small, and we just had about a couple of products initially. And over the years, we just expanded and built our expertise to build all our products in-house. None of the products that we built are either acquired or are an extension of any products. Every single product is tailor-made for solving a special particular need, and it's all built in-house by our own developers. None of these have been acquired. So it took us some time, but now we are sitting pretty at the end of 25 years with about 45 to 50 business applications and close to 60 million users as of today. And even though we have like so many different apps for so many different business users, integration is one of our biggest strengths. The contextual information that flows from one product to other that is relevant to a business is very important. The same customer information or any information that freely passes through any of our products and through a single sign-on, and that's been one of our biggest strengths as a business. We do have a global footprint. We have offices across the world, and we also have data centers residing near shore in each of these major business hubs that we have currently. And all our data centers are in-house. We don't give it to external providers like AWS or Azure. And since it's a cloud software, we are duty bound to keep it compliant with all the security and compliant protocols. And you can be rest assured that your data, the customer data, is fully secure and it can't be breached by any other external system. Yeah, so these are some of the values that we live by as a company. So if you look at the corporate structure, we are fully private. We are not a listed company. We are a bootstrap. And we are completely debt-free, so we don't have any debts of any sort. And we've been a consistently profitable company over the years. And we have a long-term focus. So we have some of the lowest attrition in the market. And we have a product focus as well. And we're an extremely customer-centric company. If you look at the product leadership, so there's a complete product focus, like I said, and there is total breadth and depth in the products. Like each of our products are separate units by itself in our company, and they have their own set of frameworks, tools, and everything. And there's complete autonomy with respect to each product. And that's why you can see the variety and depth of each product. And we take privacy very, very seriously. There are absolutely no compromises on your data. And we don't run any ads in our product. And we don't track any of the information or the visits, website visits, or anything of that sort, and then run relevant ads or any of that sort. And we offer highly compelling technology and at a very attractive price. Our motto itself is to serve the unserved, underserved customer, the ones that have been predominantly ignored by the large software giants. It's for them that we build software for. Customers across industry verticals trust us. If you just see, these are some of the leading companies in chemical industry, in financial services, aviation, energy and utilities, automobile, health insurance. So different businesses of different sizes trust Zoho to run their day-to-day business.
Today's session is going to be about customer engagement and why do you need to engage your customers, and how Sales IQ can help you run your business a little better and more efficiently. So I think all of you would agree with me when I say running a business isn't a walk in the park, right? Because I was just listening to all the introductions that you were telling, and all of you were telling about how you guys came through when you've done so much of work. So when you face roadblocks in running a business, it's quite hardening, right? Because you've put so much of effort and money, and a lot of investment has been done. But how do you overcome these roadblocks, and how do you finally make your business successful? So before going into the session, I wanted to start it off with a poll to understand what are the major problems that you face while running your business on a day-to-day basis. So I'll just quickly launch the poll so that Is everyone able to see the poll? All right. So this poll is to understand not only for us, but also for you, that what are the problems that you and your fellow people or entrepreneurs face on running a business on a day-to-day basis. So, do they have difficulty in knowing who your customer is, or do you have difficulty in only engaging your customers? So, you know your targeted audience, but you find it quite difficult to engage with them. Or you're doing everything right, but you still end up having low conversions. I'm not sure who, but someone was just telling in the introductory session that we have a chatbot, but it's not generating any leads for us. So that is, you're doing all the right things, but you still end up having low conversions and a lower satisfaction level. Or is that the problem that you're facing? Or is everything just a big problem to start off with? So we have votes coming in. So we'll close the vote in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now you can see the results. You can see that around 41 of you all, that is around 9 of you all, have said everything is a problem. So no worries, you've come to the right place. So we're going to see in today's session how to overcome each of these hurdles and how we're going to use Sales IQ's tools as well to overcome each of these difficulties, and how in an efficient way can you bring these solutions up front. All right, so let's go ahead back into the presentation. So as you see, the problems that we saw right here is all revolves around customers, because businesses these days have become customer centric. And one of the biggest challenges for businesses is to reach their customers with a positive impact, as the excellent customer engagement is one of the most critical aspects of the success of a business. So, what exactly does engaging your customers look like? So, simply put, customer engagement is the depth of the relationship a customer has with your brand. And more customer engagement drives loyalty and increases the revenue by making your customers come back to your product or your service. But now the larger question is, how do I engage my customers, right? Majority of you had around 18% had already mentioned that they have difficulty in engaging with their customers. Now, there are various modes of communication with your customers, starting from email, messengers, telephone, and even chatbots. But as you can see, that live chat has taken communication to another dimension, where both prospectors and customers can reach out in real time. So before we dive into the details of how to engage your customers with live chat, let's see at the whys. Like, what benefit do you get by adding live chat to your website? So let's say you have a physical store, and you would have sales agents and people on your store to assist or personally take care of the customers who come by. So in that case, you're actually creating a relationship and building trust with those customers. But when bricks turn into online stores, this personal touch is often missed. So, by having live chat on your website, it's basically telling your customers of your online presence as a business. So, it's just shouting out to your customers saying that, hey, you're not all alone on the website. We are here to answer your questions. So, this gives an opportunity to the individual to address them and also to help these customers individually. So, let's just quickly skim through the several benefits of what live chat offers and why you should consider about having a live chat on your website. Firstly is quick response. Now, live chat is instant. So rather than making someone wait for hours and days to get a simple answer or to get a confirmation, you can use live chat to get it immediately to them. So you'll also see the satisfaction with your product or service increased right on the spot. The next benefit is convenience. Since we are all busy juggling a million things at a time, speed and convenience are essential. And with live chat, customers can find you and get the help they need right away. The third benefit is having targeted interactions with your target audience. Because live chat isn't just mere messaging, but it's communication with context. So you can chat with your customers not on any random topic, but based on what they're interested and their preference in your website. And the other benefit of having live chat is it helps you have increased conversations. Now, initially, since most of you are sole entrepreneurs, you would have a problem with resource, right? So you might be focusing only on one customer and where you end up losing the other 99. So, with having a live chat on your website, you will be able to connect with more customers at a time, solving their queries faster, and thereby making effective use of your resources. And finally, the last benefit is increased satisfaction. So, live chat has the highest satisfaction rate, which is around at 73%. So, this is one of the best ways to retain happy customers and convert them into brand advocates. Because nothing speaks like customer satisfaction, right? If your customer is happy, you're happy, your business is growing. So, live chat has proven that that is one of the best ways that customers can reach a particular business. So, this brings me into the highlight of today's session. What is Zoho Sales IQ? So, Zoho Sales IQ is a real time customer engagement platform. In other words, we have a live chat. And it's not only live chat, there's a lot of things that you can do with Zoho Sales IQ, which we'll be seeing in today's session. So, it can start from finding out who your website visitors are, engaging them through live chats, and also automating your business workflows, and finally, retargeting them and bringing them back into your website for continued business growth. Now, here's a brief chart that explains you or your team what you normally see on your website. So when someone drops on your website, uh, either from their PC or mobile application, they would land onto your website, right? And let's say if you have a web form on your website, they would fill up the details and submit it, and they would leave the website because that's or they would be just browsing around, right? So once they fill up those details in their web form, it may be falls into your email or even maybe added to your CRM, right? But by the time your agent or by the time you respond to that web form by seeing all these details, trying to get in more information, the customer has already left the website. So now you're left with just the details that the customer has given in the web form. And you can see that there isn't much information in that web form, right? You get to see only the information that the customer has given to you or submitted to you. So what happens now? The lead is lost, right? You won't be able to go back and reach out to that customer. So, but once you add Sales IQ, the customer journey becomes a little different. So once they come to your website, you not only know that they're coming from a device that is a PC or a mobile device, but you also get additional information like are they coming from directly from your Google search, or are they coming from any referral link, or are they coming through an email campaign that you had recently blast, or are they coming from your paid promotions like your Google AdWords. So you will be able to identify from which source the visitors are coming from. So this is really helpful because it will help you make decisions or informed decisions about your marketing budget. So let's say you have spent hundreds of rupees or even thousands of rupees for your Google AdWords. And you see that the traffic coming from the AdWords isn't that much or isn't to the level that you expected. So this is something to be thought on, right? And you can work on your marketing budget, and maybe in the next month you might reduce it as well. So this is not only giving you data, but also will help you take managerial decisions that is going to save your money. So now you know from which source they're coming, and once they land on the website, Sales IQ will be able to identify who the visitor is and what action they're performing on the website. Like how long have they been sitting on the website, what actions have they performed, what are the pages that they have visited, and so on. So now once all of this information is added in Sales IQ, your sales agent or somebody who is behind to communicate with the customers, they are not going to talk about the information that is left only in the web form, right? They're going to get additional information and a lot of knowledgeable information about the visitor, and using that they will be able to make personalized and contextual conversations, which will help increase conversation. At the same time, it will help to convert the customer into a potential one. So even when they leave the website after they're done chatting with your team will be having their information, right? Their email ID. So you would send out an email campaign and you're bringing them back onto your website. So the customer's journey with Sales IQ, it doesn't end at a person leaving your website, but it aims at bringing the customers or retargeting the customers back into your website, because that's what business is, right? We are not here to just find new leads and new customers. We also want to retain our existing ones, and that's one way to grow. So that's what we aim by adding Sales IQ to a website. So in today's session, we're going to go step by step, as in what are the different Sales IQ tools that can be used in each of the customer's journey, and how we can help you overcome those hurdles that we saw in the poll, right? How we can overcome those hurdles by using the Sales IQ tools. So the first step is prospecting, that is knowing who your customers are before they start communicating with you, because a customer's journey starts from the time they step onto your website. So you need to know about the people on your website from a free customer data platform, and also get a bird's eye view of their behavior and action on the website. But before you get to know all of these details, you might be wondering, right? How is Sales IQ able to identify or able to know where the visitors are coming from and the time they spend on the website? So these are the different ways in which Sales IQ actually identifies the visitors. It's through visitor ID, which is a unique ID passed. It's through APIs, through the web forms that I said, and through identifier links. Now, this might get a little technical, so I'm going to skip this off for now. We can get back to it, and if you want to know more details about the in-depth mechanism of how Sales IQ identifies its visitors, just drop it into the chat, and I shall share the pages or something or documentation which will help you understand it more better. So too much of talking, right? So let's see some action and see how Sales IQ is able to identify the information. Now, I request all of you to just open up another tab, or even your mobile phone, go to your browsers and type on this link, zco.to/siq. It will open up a demo website where I want to show you how Sales IQ will be able to identify the visitors, and let's see what information are we able to get from the visitors. So just go onto your browsers and or your mobile phone and just type on this link, zco.to/siq. Priyanka or Rishi, if one of you could just put this in the chat, it would be like easy for them as well to just click on it and join. All right, we're getting a lot of them coming in. That's nice. That's great. Okay, so those who haven't joined us yet, the link is zco.to/SIQ. All right. Okay. We're getting a lot of replies as well. Thank you guys. I'll come back to you guys in a minute. So I hope all of us has joined us. All right, that's awesome. So as you can see, this is the Sales IQ dashboard, or the action where you'll actually be able to see all of your website visitors, what they do, and all of those details. Now, I'm just going to ignore you guys. Don't take it in the wrong way. We'll just have to go ahead with the presentation. Okay, that's nice. All of you had come in. That's great. Okay. So as you can see over here, let me just click on somebody here. Yeah. So here we can see someone from Karnataka. Now, since this is the first time, they have come onto the website, you can see that it's just given a random number, because I do not know any details about the particular visitor. So it's just from where they're coming. So based on the IP address, we'll be able to get their location. So I can see they're coming from Karnataka, and also get additional details about the user's devices, like they're using a desktop and they're using a Mac, and they are coming from Google Chrome. Now these will be useful for any SaaS team or software IT teams, which can they need it for debugging purposes. I also get few other information saying that they have spent around 2 minutes on the website, and their IP address, and the current website, the website they're currently on, and the source. Now, this was the source that I was talking to you about. So if someone's coming from a Google AdWord, it would say Google AdWords here. If someone's coming from an email campaign, then it would say an email campaign here. So right now, it's just, I gave the link and you guys joined it, right? So that's why it just says direct. So we don't have much information about this visitor because they are for the first time. Let's go ahead and choose someone else. So here we have again someone from Mysore, and again they have spent around 2 minutes on the website. So there's somebody else here. Okay, there's someone from Australia. I'm not sure if they are from our team, but yeah, so we have someone else from Australia as well. And now to give a little context, I have one of my demo accounts opened. So here you can see the number of visits that they have done and the number of past chats that they have done. So this gives you a good idea about what type of visitor are they. Are they a returning visitor? So have they already visited my website? And do they already know my business? This is the digital footpath, which will tell you about the pages each visitor has navigated. So here you can see the visitor comes to the home page and they're just leaving the home page and they're just leaving. So there's not much of an interaction with this visitor. So this digital footpath will give you a good idea about what is the customer interested in. So are they interested in your page A, or are they interested in page B, and so on. So let's go ahead and choose someone else. So here again, you can see it's a returning visitor, and they also have performed some actions over here. So this opportunity score, lead score, all of this is going to help you prioritize who the customer is. Because at all times, we can't be focusing on each and every customer on the website, right? Because some may just come, browse and then might leave. And you don't have to waste your time on them. So in that case, you can look at all of these details and then choose whether to engage with this customer or not. So now you know the complete picture of the visitor, right? You get to know their details, what they're doing, and where are they, which page are they currently on, and so on. Now, once you've identified, what do? Do you just absorb all of this data and just be happy with it? No, right? You want to perform some action. So there's no point of all of this data unless you act upon it. So instead of just having a live chat on your website and waiting for your customers to reach out to you or to ask for any queries, you can take a stepping hand and send out a message proactively to these customers. So let's see how you can reach out to these customers. So let's say I find this customer pretty interesting, and I can see that, in one of these pages, he's spending, a lot of time. So I want to go out and start off a message and say, hey there. Something like this. Okay. Now I have sent this message to the visitor. Now let me go ahead and see how it would look on the website. So as you can see, the chat window was like this. So rather than the visitor coming and starting off a conversation, I send out a message and it has popped up like this. So now the visitor can go ahead and say and reply it. Once they reply, I get a notification and I can pick up the chat. So that's it. Instantly, you have connected with the customer. So there's no lag. There's no saying that I'll respond to you in a couple of hours or maybe in the next business working day. So nothing of that sort. As soon as you see a visitor and you feel that they are struggling somewhere, you can send out a message, and when the customer responds, you can get connected in few seconds. Now, the whole idea of having this proactive chat is because not all of the website visitors would be open to have conversations, right? There might be some hesitant ones, and they might be actually the potential ones also. So, in that case, by sending out these sort of chat messages or chat invites, would actually give them a sense of trust, saying that, okay, there's someone here on the website to help me navigate around it. So that's one of the ways in which you can manually reach out to these customers and you can chat with them right away within Sales IQ. Now, I can hear some of you saying that, this is fine, this is all good, but I have to still manually do it, right? So let's say if it's a good day and I'm going to have like hundreds of people on the website, this isn't feasible. It's not going to be an effective way of running the business. So for this, we have an automated way to work this out. Now, as soon as all of you had come on to the demo website, you would have got a welcome message like this, right? Now, I did not type it for each and every one who came onto the website. I had automated this by setting up a very small rule. So let me show you how I had set this welcome message. So when I go to Sales IQ, and under automation, we have something called triggers. So triggers is something basically, triggering someone to perform an action. So that's the key word there. So I have set up a very simple rule. So I chose to which website that I want. So again, in Sales IQ, you can add multiple websites. So let's say, Amazon, Flipkart, and Myntra. I can add 3 different websites, and I can manage all of those 3 websites from a single a Sales IQ dashboard. Now I can choose the criteria about who I want to send the welcome message to. Now, since this was for everyone who's attending today's session, I just made a very simple rule saying the visitor is everybody. But if you want to have a targeted audience, let's say people coming from a specific country, right? So you can go ahead and choose country. So let's say I want to just send a welcome message to people coming only from India. I can go ahead and choose the country India. And then I can choose when I want them to see the message. So is it when someone is downloading a white paper or downloading any of my pricing list, something, whenever they're doing some particular action, then I want to have a message pop up saying, do you need any help in comparison? So I can choose all of these options here. And then I'm going to send them a chat invite, and you can customize the message of how you want to send the chat invite. So it is this simple. So you don't have to do any technical work, no coding, just in few seconds. You just need to have a good idea about who your targeted audience is, and that's all, and what you want to tell them. That's all you need to have in mind, and you can set up, a chat invite uh, very easily just this way. So one tip that I would like to share here is sending out messages is great. It's wonderful. It's a nice way to start a conversation with your customer. But make sure your messages are pleasant and at the same time they are personalized, because nobody likes to be addressed as, hey, how can I help? It's a very simple thing, and that doesn't give you a personalized feel, right? So in this instance, we have multiple dynamic lists over here that you can use. You can, if you don't know their name, then you can introduce yourself. Whoever is starting off the chat, they can introduce themselves saying that, hey, I'm Anne, I'm from, let's say, the hen team, and how would you what would you like to do today? So in this way, it will personalize the message, so the customer who is targeted would feel like, okay, this person's actually taking some time and trying to communicate with me, trying to build some conversation with me. So you can go ahead and choose any of this thing and options to start conversation with your customers. So that's how we had done these triggers or proactive messages. So just going back to the deck, a quick review. So we saw about how you can identify what actions each of your customers are performing on the website. And all of this data is for you to act upon. So it's not just to see this, but also you can see how the trends are changing, how are visitors coming, and from which source the traffic is higher. So the next thing about live chat is that it's not just messages that we're talking about, right? Because when you're coming to a website, there's a lot of distraction for a customer. But even then, you want to capture the attention of your customer. We have another option for you as well. So just the same way we did the trigger message, you can send out a simple banner to your customers who visit your website. So a quick example of that. So let's say you send out an email campaign like this, all right? So if you're a realtor and you're sending out a email campaign like this, you would definitely give a link to your website, right? Now, when a user or a customer clicks on this link and lands on the website, you see a banner over here, right? So it is a banner that tells about the same discount, 20% discount on the email campaign. The same banner is shown on the website. So this is to show consistency, right? Because usually whenever we get these newsletters and email campaigns, when we click on for the coupon code and we land on the website, we're just lost because we don't know where to go and find the coupon code, right? So in order to give some sense of consistency for your customers, you can have or set up a small custom banner like this. So as you can see, this banner is shown only for those customers coming from the UTM source as discount. So you're not going to show everyone this banner, but only to those customers who come from this email campaign. Now, this is a very small thing that I had set up, but the impact of this will be big because you're not bombarding all the other customers with some unrelevant information. So you are sending targeted messages and targeted banners to your respective audience and not everybody else. So let me quickly show how I had set this up. So the same thing, you can go into triggers, choose which website you want, and I chose the criteria as the campaign source contains discount, right? So that's why when the UTM source was discount, the banner had showed up. And the trigger type is by invoking an API. So if you are not a coder and you think, what is she talking about? Don't worry, it's quite simple. You just have to customize a banner in your CSS and add it to your you have to just invoke API by adding it to your files. That's all you have to do it. Uh, Again, if you still want to know the in-depth customizations of it and how to set this up, I will share you the link again, and you can have a quick look at the help documentation as well. So this is the simple way that I had done of showing this banner over here. So you can have this banner however you want. You can add it, you can show a coupon code here, or you can have it with a CTA. So in any way to nudge the customer to perform the action that is preferred by your business. So for those who want to, get on a step and want to automate things even more, because when your business grows, it becomes difficult to engage customers at scale. So let's set up chatbots to work this out for your team. So you can use chatbots to go through the purchase journey to accelerate your sales cycle without any human intervention. So as you can see, the bots will be able to welcome visitors, greet them, will be able to share contextual messages, and also collect details like the name, email ID, phone number, and add them to your CRM. So I'm not sure how many of you have a CRM in place, but that is something you would definitely go down when you start running the businesses. So let me quickly show you how this would be an automated lead generator for your business. Okay, so I have a bot over here, if you can see. Okay, and let's say someone's coming in and asking for Sales IQ pricing. So I'm not talking with a human agent. This is all done by the bot. So I'm just going to say 5. So without any human intervention, the bot is actually helping me out with finding out the price for Sales IQ. The same thing can be done for any of your businesses. So someone was dealing with spices, right? So you could have something like a bot like this where they can add in the cart values and see if they have any coupons, and that will be able to tell you, like, this is the total sum that you have to make the payment for. So something like that, right? Now as you can see, it has told me the actual value for it and everything, and let's say all good, thank you. So let me go back to my CRM and see if it has been added. Okay, it's not been added because this person is already a lead on the website. Let me just go ahead and put this in an incognito so we can quickly see. So just bear with me, just going to go through it again. So I'm going to give in my email address. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add. So I have written a workflow that says anybody who comes in and asks for pricing of Sales IQ, I want to add them as a lead to my CRM, because I want to reach out to these customers, because why would they ask about pricing if they're not interested in the product, right? So I want to go back and reach out to this customer, and that's why I've added them as a lead to my CRM. So as you can see here, the email ID that I had given, right, they are added to today's leads. So when you click on it, you can see that they have come from Sales IQ's plan pricing. So this is a good way, right? You're capturing all your potential clients, even when you're not around or running your business. Just have the bot running up, and it's going to automatically generate leads for your business. So you're not going to miss out anyone. You don't have to ask anyone to leave anything. The bot is going to do the job for you and add it to your CRM automatically. So let's see how easy it is to set this chatbot. So in Sales IQ, we have Zobot. So Zobot is a chatbot building platform in Sales IQ, and we have multiple ways to build a bot. So starting from IBM Watson, Azure, and so on. I'm not going to go into that because I'm no coder. So let's go with the easiest way, that is to build a bot without any code. So as you can see here, I have built an entire workflow. It's quite simple. All you have to do is just add or use these cards. So if you want to schedule a session with one of your customers, you can have the calendar. It will be able to collect details like about the availability and so on. And one of them were telling they want to get a rating about a feedback review or a rating about their products once it's been shipped and once they have used it, right? So you can go ahead and use the rating card as well. So all of these can be used for different purposes, and you can even forward it to your team. So you feel like, okay, the customer has spoken with the bot, but they're asking something really important, and you want your team to take over, then you can go ahead and forward the chat to your team as well. So what I did was I used this associate lead, right? So this is what I did. So once you add a lead, once they ask about the Sales IQ pricing, I want to add them as a lead to my CRM. I also did another thing is if someone is asking for help, then add them as a ticket in Zoho Desk so I can come back to it later. So these are just few other integrations which would come handy because you want a record of everything, right? You want to follow up with the customer. So that's why this would be of much help and ease. So this is one simple way of setting up chatbots. You just have to have your workflow, just draw it out, have a simple sketch, and then you can start building your bot with these cards over here. So it's very simple. There's nothing technical about it, and you will be able to complete it in few minutes.
And could you quickly show a few steps as to what you did to create this bot? Like, how did you start and what all did you add?
Okay, sure. So what I did first was I just added different buttons because now let me show you here. So initially you saw it, there were multiple options over here about Sales IQ pricing or what you want to do with Sales IQ. So what we did was I just added multiple buttons. So maybe I can quickly show you that as well. So yeah, by choosing button, you can choose what message, what content you want to show. So let's say someone was talking about, I'm not sure, they were telling about, she's a fashion entrepreneur and she wants to ask her customers about their clothes size and fittings, and she wants to get all of that done automated, right? So in this, that can be used, a codeless bot can be used for that purpose as well. So in this case, maybe she can start off with a message saying, what are you looking for today? So are you looking to find a customizable dress or a customized salwar or a customized sari blouse? So something like that, right? So I'm just giving the keywords here, and it can be anything like this. Something like that. So once you save it, so you can see, right? This is how, these are the different options that they have over here. So what do you want the customer to do when they choose any one of these, each of these options? So if it's going to be sari, then I can, ask them to maybe give any of their length or size. So I can use a slider for it. So let me go ahead. click on a slider. So maybe this is the length that they want to get in. So you can set the value of any maximum value that you want. I'm not quite sure about this, but I'm just going to put this way. And then you can just click save. All right. So let me show you how this actually will look at. So this is like a preview that you have. So every time you do a step, you can quickly go back to it and see what's actually done and how does it look for the customer. So as you can see, these are the options that it will come. So if I'm going to choose this, they can have a slider like this and choose the input. So this is just a very basic example that I'm giving. There are a lot of other things inside that you can go ahead and do. So another thing that I chose was rating. So you can go ahead and choose what type of rating do you want. So did you really love like the product, or was it like okayish? So you can choose the rating, have the message content saying, give us a quick review about how you liked our product, and just save. So again, in this, you can see how the rating would actually work. There, you have the rating, right? So you can give it like this, and then the response rate for the rating as well. So it's quite easy. All you have to do is just play around, just try what sort of cards would work for your business and how you want to add them. So you can, yeah, that's it. You can even share some documents, like for example your shipping terms and conditions. You can go ahead and share that as well here. So I have articles, and you can choose an article. So this article is already added in Sales IQ, so I was able to like choose it and make it very easily. So the idea is you can do a basic workflow of your business, from connecting with the customer, collecting their details, and engaging them for the primary actions. So an entire level of complex actions that an agent would do, we do not usually give it to the bot, right? Because any day a customer would want to talk to a human agent when it comes to complex things. So in that case, they can definitely hop over to the chat as well at any point when they connect with a chatbot. So this is about the codeless bot. So I hope this example was fine, or do you guys want to touch more about codeless bot here? Okay, so I'll take that as a yes and go forward. All right, so we're coming to the second stage of the customer journey. So first we saw about who the customer is, and we found out all the details about the customer and how you can reach out to that customer. The next step is to engage the customers and start having communication with them. Because only if you engage with the customer, you will be able to expose the depth of your product and the business of your customers when you have real time and live conversations. So let's quickly skim through it. So when you're having live chat or conversations here, you will be able to do a lot of actions. So it's not just about talking with customers. Yes, that's the main aim. But at the same time, we want to make uh, people's life easier, right? You want to easily respond to your customer queries. So in that case, if your customers are keeping on asking for the same set of questions over and over again, we have something called canned replies or saved responses. So you can quickly click on that. You don't have to type it again and share. So you just have to type it out once and save it with you under resources and canned replies. So once you save all of these responses, you can use it when you start having conversations with customers. So be it your terms and conditions, be it your delivery policy, any of these white paper documents your customers would keep asking, you can have them saved like this. And at the same time, I was talking about articles and FAQs, right? So we usually have our website which is filled with help documents and all of those data. But how many times we ourselves go through those help documentations, right? Because we have a tendency that whenever we need help, we want to find it immediately. We don't want to browse through things, search it, and find out. That will be like our last resort. So in that case, what we have done is under resources and articles, you will be able to add all of this information over here. So be it adding an image or a GIF or just text, you can add them as articles over here. So when your customers come in and ask related questions, rather than telling him like go check it in our help document page or go check it on the third page of my website, you can quickly share the resource from here itself. So on the visitor's end, let me go ahead and show how that looks. We can have a quick look at it. And if they like it, they'll give you a thumbs up, which is basically a reassuring thing for you that your article has actually worked. So this is one way to make the sales agent or even your life, if you're attending the chats, to make your life even more easier rather than typing out long tests and taking your time out. The next thing we have here is widgets. So we have something called widgets over here, which is basically for a little higher levels. I wouldn't say this would be required for every other business. Now, let's say your business is dealing with travels and tourism. All right, and you have some booked, booking details, and you want to cancel out. Your customer's coming, and he wants to cancel out his flight details. So in that case, you will have to go to your own application to cancel the flight details and then come back to Sales IQ and then answer the customer saying, the ticket has been canceled and or share him all the details, right? So what if you could do that prime action within Sales IQ? So that's what widgets are. They're basically information tabs over here, which will be able to show third-party related data and even perform third-party related actions. Now, if any one of you all have e-commerce stores, you know how difficult it is to do a cancellation order. It might sound so simple for a customer, like, just cancel my order, I do not want it. But you need to remove it from your purchases. You need to check your production unit. You need to check your delivery, whether it's been already pushed out. So all of this action is need to be monitored and supervised, right? So for that, you need to toggle between multiple applications and also have to respond to the customers, which can be a tedious task. So in that case, when you have widgets with a little bit of coding, yes, you do need a little bit of coding here. So once you do that, you will be able to perform all the primary actions over here itself. So let's say I want to cancel out this purchase. I can just go ahead and give a cancel order here. So automatically, I can write a flow of saying once I've canceled here, it has to send out a message to my production unit, and they have to cancel it out there as well. So all of this can be synced by using widgets. So that's the idea behind widgets. Again, I'm not going too much into the depths of it because when you try to build widgets, it does require coding. So if you guys are interested, you can feel free to reach our team or Sales IQ team, and we will help you to sort this out and help you set up widgets as well. So going to the next one is something that we worked on to, again, increase agent productivity. Because oftentimes you would be on a chat with a customer and trying to explain the frustrated customer about what actually went wrong or how it is not your mistake and how it was something had gone wrong. So we have something called the audio call option here, because otherwise you would be connecting on your personal mobile and it's really expensive to have telephone support, right? So what we have here is just at a click, you will be connected on call with the customer. So on the website, they would get a ring like this. And when you click on it, you will be connected. So let me try this with one of our attendees here, because if I'm going to try it on my laptop, it's going to be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and call Kavita. I hope, Kavita, you're all game to answer the call. I hope Kavita is still with us.
And Kavita has been inactive.
Okay, no problem. Okay, fine, no problem.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm there.
Oh, you're there, Kavita? Okay.
I'm there.
So I'm just going to give you a call on the demo website that I had shared. So see if you can accept it.
Yeah, I'll just try. Yeah, I haven't received anything.
Are you online on the website? Or are you from your mobile, is it? All right. Okay, no issues. Maybe some network error, maybe since it's from the mobile. Okay, so I'll just quickly do it on my end to just show it to you guys. So once I sorry. Yeah, sorry guys. So once I connect, that's all. I just have to give in my mic permissions and that's it. I'm connected on call with the customer. So this is one easy way. So I don't have the customer's phone number. As you can see, I don't have any of this information, but I'm still able to connect with them. So this is one really good thing, because not all customers are openly ready to share their personal details, right? At the initial stages, there would be some hesitation. So for that, we have the audio call feature. So there's no extension. You don't have to pay for every second that you talk with the customer. So you can have, unending calls with your customer, happy conversations without any additional cost. It comes along with the Sales IQ plan. Now you might be noticing the red dot over here, right? So yes, all calls can be recorded in Sales IQ. So it's not that you've spoken to the customer and everything is just gone in the air. You have record of what you have spoken, and it will be right over here. So at any point you can play it and view it. You can share share it with your team members in Sales IQ, and they can also have a look at it as well. So that's the importance of a call in today's world. And yes, and recording does give a good supervisory or monetary action towards all the calls. And in addition to the audio call, we have the screen sharing option as well. So now this is because sometimes your customers might face, maybe some payment issue. And even though you try to explain it on chat or even on call, they might not get the actual picture, right? So rather than sitting and saying like, go under the tab and, try to add your card here, instead of saying that, you can quickly do a screen share and show the customer where the information has to be shown and so on. So as simple as that. And even when you are doing a screen share, you can quickly hop on a call as well. So yeah, that's how convenient we have tried to make the support for agents with their customers. Now, in addition to this, yes, we have some internal tools like to transfer the chat to another department or to another teammate, and also to invite into a conversation. So if you want to have a chat with your team members, like for example, I have some doubt with a customer and I want to add in Ruchi inside to give her expertise, I can go ahead and invite the operator right away, and they can join into the conversation. So it's basically like a group chat. And it will help you to resolve the customer query faster. And we also have an internal chat tool, so you don't have to worry about having all your personal and official messages, cramped up in WhatsApp. You have the internal tool option over here, where you can reach out to your teammates and you can have separate conversations as well. So for those who know about Zoho Click, I'm not sure if you know about it. It's another Zoho internal Zoho tool product. We have integration with that as well, so it can be easily your internal communication will be sorted out very easily. So this brings me to another important topic, is that since we are on online and on the internet, we can be open to abusers and harassers, right? So in order to safeguard your team and also your business from such harassers, we have something called the abusive content management. So let me quickly show what this abusive content does. You just have to do a little bit of setup, not much. You can even set up for your home languages. So if someone's abusing in or using abusive terms in Hindi, again, then it can be warned. Like, as you can see, I've used an abusive term over here and the chat has been ended. So I can choose whether to like close the conversation or even block the customer in total so that they don't disturb again and again. Right? So this is a simple setting that I had set up by giving them a warning message. Now, if you have more patience and you want to give them a chance, you can set up like 2 warnings. So after a person uses an abusive content for more than 2 words, then you can go ahead and close the chat or even block them. So this is one way of how you can do it. So let me quickly show you how the library will look like. So we have something called the profanity library, where we support around 29 languages. All right, and you can go ahead and add all these, languages. I mean, words that you want to be prohibited, and you can choose to close them or choose to even block them. So this will safeguard your team and your business from these online abusers and harassers. So quick recap. Yes. So the other thing that I want to talk about is the chat routing feature. Now, I'm not sure how useful this would be, but this is for a business where you have like a lot of support agents, and if you have a team or multiple teams of support agents to tackle all your chats and all, then you can go ahead with chat routing. So what chat routing basically is you are routing, or you are pushing the chats of a particular customer based on the actions that they do or based on from where they are to a particular team. Now, let's say, for example, any visitor who comes from New Delhi, I want to route it to my New Delhi support team. So I can go ahead and do that. So that the other team members will not be bothered with the chats that are coming from New Delhi, but they can focus on the chats that are assigned to them. We can also do it based on the visitor's question. So let's say someone comes up with a question about pricing. Then I want one of my team member, let's say I want Sharath to take care of all the pricing questions of Zoho Sales IQ. Then he will be assigned to it, and I won't be bothered about the pricing questions. But if a visitor is going to ask about chatbots, then I can take over about the chatbot and answer the particular customer. So in this way, you are segregating the work between your team members. So there's no overburdening for anyone, and everybody is working based on their expertise, which actually helps to resolve the queries even more faster. So I'm just going to run in more quickly because I think we're getting short of time. So we also have chart translations available. So if you're running your business overseas and you have foreign customers on your website, you don't have to be worried about the language barrier. You will be able to have quality conversations with them based on the chat translations. So a quick look at that as well on how these translations work. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off. So as soon as I have accepted, it has deducted that here there's a French word or a French language is detected. So let me translate it. And I can say it's hello. So I'm going to go ahead and say hi there. Can I help you? So on the other end, on the visitor's end, you can see it's like in French, so salut and all they saying. So on the agent's end, you can have it in English. So that's how chat translations are easily made, so that you don't have to worry about trying to translate in Google and then coming back to here, because this translation is powered by Google, so you don't have to worry about that part as well. So when you are expanding and reaching out to your customers in their native tongue, this will help you to maximize your global communication and your global reach. So this will help you grow your business around the globe and yes, overseas. So coming to the final step in the customer journey is to support the customer and retain them within your product or service. Because customers these days, they don't want to be treated like some ticket, right? And they don't want to be on a call center, right? On a call with a call center. They want like quick and effortless help. So that's why we have another chatbot with us, which is called AnswerBot. So how many times you would have come through a situation where your customers are asking some very basic questions which are already there on your website, right? Maybe about some delivery terms and conditions, or maybe about your shipping cost. So in that case, you don't have to waste your time in responding to those questions. You can have a bot to work for that. So let me quickly show how or what the bot actually does. So I'm to go ahead. So there's a bot over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and send up a message. So as you can see, maybe the bots that you would have seen have a tendency to be very monotonous, right? To keep repeating the same thing over and over again. But as you see over here, the bot is not repeating. It's giving you answers based on the replies that you are providing. So the bot is actually trying to be friendly. Now, let me tell you how this was done. This is through a feature called Small Talk that we have over here. So this is basically telling your bot about using curtsies and greeting so that the customer is going to have a pleasant engagement with your chatbot. So we already have a default way of it. You don't have to like sit and write this all over again. But if you want, you can go ahead and add more information or more greetings to make your bot more friendly like. But make sure there's a very thin line between a bot being friendly and a bot being very creepy like a human agent. Because customers, they want to know a very good difference between who is a human agent and who is a bot. So let your bots be friendly, but make sure you tell your customers very clearly that yes, this is an automated bot that is talking with you. So let's go back to the bot and ask it a question. Now, as you can see, there's no human agent around who is sitting and responding to this. The bot is automatically picking the details and sharing. Now, where is it picking this information? So you remember about the articles that I was telling you about, right? So once you add articles and FAQs, the bot will automatically pick from here and share it with the customer. So as you can see, it has shared this information. So let me go back and ask another question. I'm using a different term now. Though wallets and credits are pretty much the same, even though I use a different term, the bot is still able to understand. This is because again, I have informed the bot about the different terminologies that is available or that is there or used in my business. So based on different businesses that you have, if you're from a finance industry, you would have similar terms like premium and subscriptions and insurance and so on, right? So you can add on these business terms. So the main idea is your bot is able to talk the language of your customers, and it's just not an automated bot which is going to say, I do not know what you're talking about, I do not have any answers. All right. So let's ask another question. So now it's shared some articles. So as you can see, there's basically zero work for agent here. You just have to add these articles once and the bot is taking care of the rest. Because these are the primary simple questions that a lot of customers would have, right? Majority of the customers would come asking for these questions. So in that way, you are helping your team, or you're safeguarding your team from those petty questions and making them focus on some priority tasks. So as you can see, these resources module is can be used very effectively. So you just have to add your articles and FAQs just once, and you can use it in multiple places. So you can add it, you can show it here in your answer bot that will be able to respond to your customers with all of these related answers and articles. But if the bot doesn't have any answer for the question that has been asked, don't worry, the answer is again being saved here in Sales IQ itself. And it will tell you how many times customers have asked for the same question. So this will tell you, all right, the people are asking me for this question, so I have to quickly write an article about it. So I can go ahead and write an article right away from here, right? So it's that simple. So it's not only preparing your bot, but the bot also engages your customers. And even when your bot is not functioning, it is giving you the details about how you can make the bot better. So it's like a 360-degree of the bot functioning on its own. All you have to do is fill or feed the bot with the articles and FAQs. So that's about the answer bot and how it will be able to respond to each of your customer queries. Now, if you have some doubt and you want to connect with the agent, you can go ahead and connect with the agent as well. So here I can accept it and I can see what all the customer has spoken with the bot. So this is the idea behind AnswerBot or using AnswerBot on your website. Now, this actually will be very useful for any sort of businesses because this reduces a lot of time, right? So when the bot is taking care and answering all these primary questions, you can focus on actually developing your business, making it big, looking into the productions and so on. So that's how the answer bot can be made use of. And setting up the answer bot, as I said, is very simple. There are no configurations, there's no building bot, nothing of that sort has to be done. So all you have to do is add articles and FAQs and just have the bot enabled here. That's all you have to do. There is no configurations, even like codeless bot, there's nothing that you need to do over here. All right. So this is about the articles that I had said, which basically works like self-answering machines for your customers. And we have around 30 plus integrations with Zoho CRM, Desk, and Campaigns. So if you have integrated with Campaigns and you're communicating with a customer, you will be able to know as to what all campaigns has been sent to this visitor and what action that they have taken on the website or not. And also all the data from the CRM will be shown and also from Desk. So yes, what's performance without any measurement? We have dedicated reports to know how your team is performing, how your visitors are performing, how many chats were attended, how many chats were missed, and so on. And finally, this is something that would be very interesting. even when you're away, you can't be stuck at your desktop, right? Because yes, you want your business to grow, but you can't be always stuck at your desktops. So in that case, we have the Sales IQ mobile app for agents, where you can download from your Play Store or App Store, and you can connect with customers on the go with your mobile app itself. And for those who are wondering, as Sharath had already mentioned, we are GDPR compliant, so you don't have to sweat about privacy or any of that problems. So if you're wondering how to add Sales IQ to your website, Sales IQ can be added to your website, web application, and also your mobile app. So we have a very small code over here. You just have to use this code and add it to your website. So if you have any webmaster who takes care of your website, you can go ahead and send this code, or else there are a lot of help documentations that we have to just, you can add it up quite easily onto your website. So for those who are using mobile applications, we also have Sales IQ or a live chat support for your mobile app users. So they don't have to move from your mobile app and go to a web browser and then start or reach out for any questions or problems. It can be done right from your mobile app, just the way like Swiggy and Zomato has live chats, right? The similar way you can have it for your mobile app as well. So that's the end for today's session. We'll just have a quick recap. You can easily set up Sales IQ with just one code, and you can find out who your visitors are, where they're coming, and what they're doing on your website. You can also see how to send out these chat invites like we saw, right? You can send out custom banners and chat invites, and how you can use codeless bots and as well as answer bots to save your team from these repetitive questions, and how you can use reports to track the performance, and finally having integrations in loop to have everything under a single dashboard within Sales IQ. So that would be all about Sales IQ. I know it's a lot, we just rushed through a lot of things because I wanted to just share about the benefit that you would get from adding Sales IQ to your website.